Hey, what is up guys, Tava here, and today I'm going to be talking about why I think everyone should have a camera cage like this one, what they are, and how they help to create more cinematic videos. So I think you're really going to like this one, check it out. So I've been using a camera cage around my camera for quite some time now, and one of the most commonly asked questions I get when I go on an adventure somewhere like a climbing trip or a skiing trip is, hey, what's that metal thing around your camera? Is it for protection or something? I always have to explain this to people, so I'm hoping today that I can help clear that up and explain what it is and give people insight to why they should invest in one of these as well. So let's get started. Okay, so firstly, this camera cage isn't exactly meant to protect your camera, but it definitely can help protect it because there is a big metal cage surrounding your camera except for the lens. So if you're setting your camera down in hard locations, it really does help to protect your camera, especially the body part. And as you can see on my camera cage, there are actually lots of scratches around it because it has been rubbed into rocks in certain locations. So yes, it does help to increase the safety of your camera in this aspect, I guess. But that's obviously not the main purpose. The main purpose really is the mounting possibilities. The camera cage I use is made by a company called SmallRig, and they make a ton of camera cages for literally any type of camera. You can go through their website and look at it. They're just super well built and pretty affordable, but there are lots of other options for camera cages, so you can look around to find the one that you want. But the main thing, like I said, is mounting possibilities. And on this SmallRig one, for my Lumix G7 camera, it has a ton of mounting possibilities. Completely covering the cage on the top, sides, and bottom are 1/4-inch screw holes and 3/8-inch screw holes, as well as 2 hot shoe mounts for things like microphones or lights. So there's a lot of different mounting possibilities, as you can see around it, to mount different things like handles on the top and sides, and just really rig out your system to make it as usable and cinematic as possible. Now, the great thing about these camera cages is that they're specifically built for the camera that you buy them for. So for example, I have a Lumix G7, so mine is specifically built to fit that body into it. So the cage has openings in the right spot for batteries and other things like that. So it's really built for your specific camera, which is a good thing because it's built for that and it works well, but it's a less great thing because it means you have to buy a different cage for every camera. But that aside, the camera cages work pretty easily. All you do is put your camera inside of the cage, and then you attach it at the bottom with a 1/4-inch screw hole, and then at the top, you use the hot shoe of your camera to stick in another thing that uses an Allen wrench to tighten it down through the top and bottom, so your camera is really sturdy inside of this cage attached at the top and bottom. It's not moving anywhere. So the other main reason you want to use a camera cage is for the ability to help stabilize your camera in your video footage. And this helps tremendously in many different situations because basically what it's doing is adding a shape around your camera so you can get your hands directly off the camera. And especially with mirrorless cameras, but also DSLRs, your hands are so close to the actual camera body that little jitters with your hands cause big shakes and it ends up not looking that great. So with a camera cage, your hands are actually able to get off the body a little bit, adding to that stabilization of the camera. And the camera cage also adds more weight to the camera. The specific one is only about 1/2 pound, but that extra 1/2 pound makes the camera more dense and makes it not move as easily with small little movements. So through the combination of getting your hands off the camera as well as just adding a bit more weight to the camera and making it more dense, if you actually shoot video with it, you can see the shots that come out are much more like a professional heavy-duty cinema camera than just what you might find from a normal mirrorless camera. So with that being said, I'm going to show you a couple examples with and without the camera cage to show you the difference that it makes in stabilizing your footage and just making it look more cinematic. that's basically it about camera cages. As you can see, it doesn't make a huge difference to your footage, but it's a big enough difference to be a worthy investment of this little metal cage that just goes around your camera, doesn't cost much, doesn't weigh much, but it will allow you to increase the production value of your videos as well as accessorize your camera to add more things, like I said, the top handle, the lights, the microphones, as well as a full rigging system with a matte box and things like that. So just gives you a ton of options for not that expensive of a cost. Anyway, that's it for today. If you like this video, be sure to like, share, and be sure to subscribe, because next week I'm gonna be having an awesome video about my YouTube studio setup and how to make it affordable as well as professional. So I'll see you next week.